I really want to talk about something you spoke about in Mombasa. Apostle, or is it Pastor Nganga? And that is also somewhere people were saying you're venturing too far with your mandate. But before I talk about that, I'm reminded of one thing you did a couple of years back, the Coca-Cola advert. And your reason at that time was it violates family values.
Incidentally, that Coca-Cola advert is a classic example of corporate responsibility because we had rated it PG. It had been submitted to us, we rated it PG. When it went to the market, the public reacted differently because of that small element of kissing.
Yes.
Kenya is very conservative, by the way. So when they reacted, we were really lost as to the cause of action because when I talked to our legal department, they told me we rated it PG, meaning it's suitable for children, and therefore we cannot raise a case against Coca-Cola.
Yes.
But we called them and told them the people are complaining. And they said, can you send us the complaints?
Because of a kiss?
Yes, it was that small element.
But people, you know, people marry in church. You kiss your brides every single day.
Yeah, but the context was different.
Yes.
The context was different. Like I've told you, Kenyans are conservative. Some of the things that we do, including even this one that you are raising about the pastor,
yes.
It's not us. Okay. We've been tagged from the first video. I issued
the pastor put out?
You remember the first video where he had an issue with a pastor in his church?
Yes.
If you look at the conversation there, we were tagged on everything, and we got even letters asking us, why are you allowing that? Because like I've told you.
From who?
There's only from members of the public, and those are the guys we exist for. I have told you, the law that we enforce is called fumes and stench place.
Yes.
Stench place include even those performances in the churches, but in places of worship, as a matter of principle, we don't go there. But now when things happen where bad language has been used in a public space, because now when it moves from the liturgical precincts and the regulation and moves to drama where you can do untoward things and you can say very crazy things, then we are invited to look at it. So by the time I was leaving the office, we had a flurry of complaints. And I said, let us not use one moment of madness, that's what I called it, to judge all the bishops and all the churches. Even Pastor Nganga himself, you can't judge him on the basis of one clip.
Yeah.
I think we need to respect churches and the men of God. But like I've said, that law could apply where people go outside the bounds of the church and the regulation that govern places of worship, and they bring drama, because we will not allow anyone to feed people with poison in the church. And they say it is Holy Communion. And you say the minister of health will not come in. But the kind of unpalatable or controversial behavior or drama that we are seeing is stage performance. Because the moment it goes beyond the dignity that you associate with the men of God. And it's embarrassing. I've talked to a lot of bishops and they're saying, thank you, thank God you spoke.
Okay.
Because we have an issue.
Why couldn't they speak themselves?
You know, it's because a lot of churches right now, they are not under this umbrella association.
Yes,
we have
so
the NCCK,
yes.
we have Evangelical Alliance, and others, but there are people like Pastor Nganga who may not necessarily belong there.
Yes.
And can you choose to go to Pastor Nganga? So there's also the responsibility of the members, and then he has his own rules. But what I'm saying is, it is still a public space.
Okay.
You don't go there.
Do you think you can manage to regulate what happens in churches that time?
I don't even want to. I don't
then
want
why
to
are you venturing there? Why are you
Because we are sending a warning that just stick to the rules.
Yes.
Because there's only one law that I can apply.
Yes.
There's only one law. Other than now, stage place, because that's what it becomes.
Yes.
So if you go there and do drama in the presence of children, or you say people can have sex in church,
yes,
which other law will you apply?
Okay.
You can only say this is...
But traditionally, the law does not concern itself with the things they cannot enforce.
But we can enforce. It's only that as
How
a matter
would you
of principle.
enforce if there were no video recordings, if people did not come out and say this?
That's why we come in.
Yes.
When there are no video recording, it's not our business. It will become the Minister of Interior and the coordination of government and the police and security agencies.
Yes.
But when there is a recording, it is only KFCB and Communications Authority of Kenya. Communications Authority of Kenya fined him 1 million for exposing the breast of a woman.
And another 500,000.
And now we are the ones who are recommending more because we are saying, we are seeing other clips that we're investigating, and we send them to CA if we find that he has not learned any lesson.
Yes.
You know, a warning from CA will attract, just a warning, will attract, I think, about 500,000. So what we are saying is, why are you inviting government to regulate the churches? Like the media, these are sensitive areas where I wish there was self-regulation. So our call was just a warning shot to say, this drama may look popular. You might trend, you might look popular, you might even attract more crazy people who will come to the church because they just want drama on Sunday. People are bored. They don't want, those boring services. They want a crazy guy who will play the guitar, sing all manner of things. But now when he extends it to the bounds, where there's no difference between a disco.
Which one was worse for you? Which one among the 4 incidents that have been recorded?
Mine was the use of language. I've seen the language where it is clear this is unpalatable.
Rubbish, takataka.
Rubbish, takataka. But there's another one even where he's calling people dogs. In fact, I've seen one where they're trying to put my name. It's not me. I saw it before I issued my statement. But look, I know Pastor Nganga. He has ministered to me. I have conversations with people that know him, and we share friends. And I have nothing against him. I think, first of all, we must indicate that let's respect the churches and religious institutions, and let us allow the institutions that govern religious institutions to apply self-regulation and apply their own rules and have a conversation. Now, where the churches that are owned by individuals and they do those kind of things, I can tell you government will come in. Because we have seen in South Africa people eating grass.
People coming in coffins.
People, all manner of things.
Drama.
That will not be allowed
in Nigeria.
I can tell you. And I know we don't want to venture.
How do you say that will not be allowed here, and we have preachers taking people who are not cripples and saying that they've healed them? How do we...
No, that's a matter between you and the healer. Between the healed and the healer.
But it's the same stage play. That's the same thing.
Yes, but I know miracles happen. I mean, miracles happen. Miracles happen. So that's why I'm saying it's an area you don't want to go.
Because traditionally, again, Daktari, the church is very respected. The people of God are very respected.
I'm a product of the church myself, so it's not an area I want to go. But being
one of their difficulty? Do you feel a little difficult even trying to caution them? Do you feel that difficulty?
I am the right person to caution.
Yes.
Because I'm a product of the church. I'm brought up by bishops who are known. I mean, I'm owned by so many people who have contributed and planted in my life, and I respect them. And I think we can never, even with these small issues that we're dealing with, dismiss the role of religious leaders and places of worship and the role they play in modern society. Let me tell you, with all the weaknesses the church and the religious leaders have, if you are to remove them from society, we'd have madness that you have never seen. That's why we are saying behave, live to the calling, be a model, a role model, and do not allow yourself to become an object of satire and sarcasm. Don't be an object of drama and the funny comments. Respect yourself. There are elements of those clips that you are seeing, and there are so many. It's not one. That sometimes you can be caught in a moment of madness, and that's why the first clip I said, don't judge a man of God or a servant or a religious leader with one incident.
Do you think it's deliberate what he does?
I think it's now deliberate. Obviously, it's deliberate. And I'm not the only one who is watching. We have alerted the DCI. We have alerted CA. You saw CA has acted. We are acting. DCI is acting. Why are we inviting the government to come? Because it's only when something has gone totally out of bounds. But more importantly than us talking, I've reached out to pastors who know Pastor Nganga. I've reached out to friends. In fact, I'm looking for him myself just to tell him, man of God, you didn't come to where you are because of these theatrics. And these theatrics don't last. They will not keep you for long. Just be the man of God that you're supposed to be. And I hope he can listen to those kind of conversations. Ken, why I'm raising this, you see, the moment we begin to defy processes and order in church, in the media, in the family, we are inviting a culture of anything goes, and that is what is destroying us. Then you wonder why we have all this corruption, why our kids are dying in buildings that were approved by someone. It begins
Those kids probably are in some good
by
school
people
somewhere.
saying, you get out of my space. I'm a pastor. I can do what I want. This is my church. You don't. When you come to the public space, everybody, including religious institutions, they must know that they are held accountable. Either by their own religious associations or by the government. Because like I said, if a pastor came with a gun and was shooting members, seriously, we
have an incident in Nigeria that they did, that they said, because you're protected by the blood, I'll shoot you and it will not
and you will not die.
And the guy died.
We must avoid getting there. And theatrics like what we are witnessing now in that church, then are inviting, and they will progress. You see?
So you believe
that kind of
you're
comedy,
able to have KFCB to put some sense into
You see, we're also limited to the law. We also have to act within the law. There are things that are not ours.
Yes.
There are things that we are only raising conversation.
Yes.
Because we only came in because he started recording.
Yes.
Otherwise,
and saying it's going to trend.
yeah,
And
and
just
it's saying
remember
it. So this is film.
Okay.
You know, the
Okay.
moment there is audiovisual, because we regulate audiovisual.
Yeah. You
But like
cannot.
I've told you, we are kept away from religious institutions. Religious institutions must not be regulated by the government. They have their own associations. We are only saying when they go out of the bounds, we'll call them
They have
out,
to be
and we're asking
voted.
the religious associations to rein in them and ensure that there is order in the church.
All right.